Ashton TV, joined by manager Steve Cunningham after the 2-2 draw at Padiham. Steve, another game in the legs of the lads, 45 minutes each for the two sides.
Yeah.
Decent run out.
Yeah, it was. I mean, again, in pre-season, you always want to thank the hosts for putting on early doors, because a lot of teams are conscious that they want to save the pitch and stuff like that. With Padiham starting in the next week, I think it is week and a half, it gives us an opportunity for them to be at a top-end game with good quality, to get them ready for next week, and then for us to play a team that have been back in the house for about 5 weeks now, so you could tell they're a bit quick and sharp, but really good to put it on. Disappointed overall, just from a perspective that we didn't really play well, considering we played well on Saturday and against Buxton. I mean, the conditions didn't help at all, and I certainly don't want to use that as an excuse, but you could see both teams really struggling. They've apologised, something went wrong yesterday, they couldn't cut the grass, and I mean, you look at it and it didn't allow us to play any kind of football whatsoever. So we tried, but when it's games like this, it is just about minutes. It's about just continuing from Saturday into tonight. It's like a training session. We tried something with Tom Denton up front, with the other forwards in and around him. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, and then it's just coming out of it from the game without any injuries. The result is absolutely immaterial, you know. But fair play to Padiham. I thought they played some good stuff and certainly looked quite lively going forward in the first half. We've made all our changes at half time again to give everybody 45 minutes, and the goals are just sloppy and poor. We shouldn't be conceding goals like that, especially a minute after the kick-off. But that's something for them to learn. And then we did well to go ahead. Young Leon again, causing trouble down the right-hand side. But overall, mate, it wasn't a bad night's work.
Obviously, Sean Newton coming after about a quarter of an hour on the clock, just precautionary.
Yeah, he just felt something when he was just pinging a few balls, and we certainly don't want to be losing Sean Newton for the start of the season, which is, it'll soon come round, and we've got four really tough encounters coming up in pre-season to make sure that we're ready. So it was just precautionary, and then when you've got people like Dan Cowan, it just shows how strong the bench can be this year.
Obviously, you mentioned Marine on Friday, then a week till the 3 at Hurst Cross. It's a tough running now for the end of pre-season.
Yeah, we've had 3 games there. I mean, Buxton was a tough one when you look at them being full-time. Then we played Down and Padiham, but this year we wanted, rather than playing like 21s or a fancy club that bring a mixed 11 and it's my money spinner, we wanted 3-4 games that are going to put us right where we need to be leading up to the start of the season on the 10th. And I think the fixtures come out, don't they, on Thursday, so by the time that's happened, we're going to know what we need to do for that first quarter and who we're playing, and no better test than Marine, who have just been promoted out of our league, Warrington, who got promoted a couple of seasons back and have done really well in the league above, and then 2 top games with Halifax, bringing a full first team, and then finishing with Chorley on the Saturday before. So we'll certainly be match ready, fitness wise, and also just being switched on under pressure, because these next 3 or 4 games really are going to put us under a lot more pressure than we've been in the last 2 games. And like I said, these games are designed about just being ready for the 10th of August, not to come in and try and beat Padiham by 3-4. You know, it doesn't do anybody any good, that. And on tonight's performance, we wouldn't have done that anyway. But no, I'm looking forward to the games that are coming up, and yeah, just minutes in the legs, and we'll take the positives from that.